Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to the brand new season of Peace Luv Biz. I am sat here with our unicorn accountant extraordinaire, Mary Roach. How are you doing, Mary?
Amazing. What a great year we've started off with. Amazing. We're already 8 days in. So 1 week done. Week is gone.
Yeah,
And what have people been doing? I've been kicking ass.
that was literally the phrase that was in my head. It was all we've been doing is kicking ass,
Yep.
taking
Kicking ass,
ass.
taking names. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Ran out of popsicle sticks, whatever that is. Yeah. Yeah. Kicking ass. Super
Yeah,
happy, super excited. I'm definitely not new year, new me. I'm definitely new year or new year, new you. I'm definitely new year improvement of me,
yeah,
better me.
just a constant evolution.
It is.
That's the way it's got to be, because reinventing yourself every time is just honestly, it's kind of pointless. You're back to square one every time at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
Just do
idea
better.
for those of you that are just starting with season 2 and just kicking off right away, Mary has been doing accounting forever, as long as I've been around. She's amazing at what she does. I am the biz dev expert for us, helping all of our clients grow, helping us grow, and together we are like the world heavyweight tag team champions of
We are.
business.
We are. We keep each other in check. Yin to the yang. Yep.
Yep. And we
Yep.
operate
Absolutely.
a remote accounting firm,
Yep.
helping business
Very important.
owners all up and down the country. So if anybody needs anything, we are going to go into tax season, and we're going to be talking today about what happened in 25 that is also going to affect us in 26, tax changes, IRS things, all this type of stuff. January and the turn of the year is a very stressful time for a business owner, and there's a lot going through the brain. So what do you really need to focus on? What do you need to know? And what can you kind of expect? So that leads us nicely. I say nicely as though that's into a good thing, but talking about government changes.
Lord
And
help us.
so let's start with the IRS changes. And last year, from January to May, there was a 25% reduction in staff at the
Mhm.
IRS. They followed that up when there was the government shutdown, and that continued with 1,400 jobs from the IRS being cut again. So further reductions in staff. And to me, that just immediately says it's going to take longer to process taxes, and that this year is just going to be a complete mess on that side. So what do you think?
Yeah. Honestly, after reviewing what was the weirdest thing ever
Mhm.
with an IRS issue last night, my eyes are wide open. I literally expect anything can happen. I never think that nothing's not possible. However, I'm always shocked that at the extreme level it can go. I don't foresee it being easy. I foresee in general middle class people that have W-2s, maybe have a side hustle, it being pretty, clean cut. But I do expect them to keep the IRS to keep doing what they have been doing, and that's uncovering every possible way to ding people on stuff, even if they wouldn't normally do it, just to
Yeah.
see how much more money they can get in. I mean, the problem with that is then, that increases how much revenue they've earned and they've got to now be accountable for it. And they're not even being accountable for the tariff money, technically. Like that goes into revenue received, little accounting tip, goes into revenue received. I don't care who you are, you're the government, you have to account for where you're now spending that money. So that's the other thing with the IRS. They're just hitting you with dumb penalties and dumb crap and to make money because people get letters and they freak out and that they just pay it instead of calling or reaching out and going, hey, help me.
That's when people actually open an IRS letter.
Yeah.
Most people see an IRS letter and reach out to you. It's like, oh my God, there's an IRS letter. What do I do?
Yeah. Yeah. Open it. I would say one really big point. I was talking to the only other person I know that is equally as smart as me, but in a different sense in accounting, is really getting all of our clients that we deal with to get the IP pins, because I can't think of, I have a couple different scenarios going on with the IRS creating their own tax returns for people,
Right.
is that there could be fraud going on. So you want to get IP pins because those are generated from the IRS. They're directly into your IRS account. That way, they can't even file it for you because they don't have it. It's auto generated to you directly. That's the one big thing I'm focusing on tax year this year is with the IP pins for everybody's protection.
Yeah. Well, because what you've experienced in the last couple of months is you've had, and I know that we could talk, I guess, a little bit about yesterday and what you uncovered. And I'll quote you. You said it took me longer to open the PDF than to find what was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
somebody that's been,
we have a client. We have client. They've been with us for years. Um, we did not do their 29 their tax return for that year that they got an IRS letter for. But essentially, what happened? They're a married couple. They've been married forever, almost as long as I've been in accounting, I think, or close to it. And they filed their tax return. We have the tax transcript. We have the tax filing. It all matches up. And the IRS went in last June during the whole Doge thing, efficiency, just want to emphasize that part, and went, oh, this person didn't file their taxes. We're going to go ahead and file them for her. She did with her husband.
yeah,
And yeah, they've got to call the IRS. I've got to script it because you got to script everything. And, your accountant can be on if you have a power of attorney on file. But if you don't have a power of attorney on file, it takes like 12 weeks to process. And that's if the form gets accepted. And sometimes they just reject the form and you have to start over. So, because you're at a disadvantage, and that's a good thing for them,
yeah,
unfortunately. It's a game. You could be on the phone for an hour and get disconnected. It's crazy. It's like receiving a letter like that. It was over $60,000. The interest and penalties were more than the bill that shouldn't exist in the first place. So,
yeah. Well, and that's it. They're trying to recover all this revenue, and like you said, they're not being held accountable for it. They don't really care about the effect. They just want to see what they can get away with in a lot of
yeah.
ways. Because there was
And it
somebody else. Yeah, good.
Oh, sorry. It does trickle down. This is the part to mention. And so, like, regardless of your political position, when you start pushing everything to, we're not doing federal funding to the states for this program, for that program, for this program, all those things, the state then has to go find money from other areas to then supplement the area that was federally funded. It's like in your house, if you go, well, I'm not paying for groceries more than $100 anymore. Probably a bad example because nobody can afford groceries anyway. Um, I'm only spending $200 in groceries, and your normal bill's 300 or 400. Well, then you're cutting something from somewhere else in your family budget, your household budget, to be able to afford groceries because that's an essential, right? So when childcare programs get defunded, when scholarships get defunded from federal aid to the state then looks for other areas to compensate. Well, what does that mean for the taxpayer? For the business owners, that means certain states like Maryland, North Carolina, New York, California. I'm waiting for Florida, but Florida is a big right to work state, so shouldn't really affect it. But they start going, okay, let's audit business owners on their workman comp policies. Oh, well, we feel that this 1099 is truly a W 2 employee. Well, why does that matter to you? Because as an employer, then you're now getting billed with fines and penalties for not having them as a W 2,
Hmm.
and then the Social Security, the Medicare tax, all the tax that you should have paid the state, they're hitting you with. So that's why there's more audits being done. They're increasing audits because they've got to find the money from somewhere else because they're not getting federally funded.
It's
I
just
think
a
I
bit.
covered a huge segment of that.
Yeah, and Honestly, it's a huge cluster, isn't it? Really, like it's a complete mess.
Well, and that's where we did it last year. We'll send out something again. Know the difference between a 1099 and a W-2. Employers go, well, I don't have to pay taxes as a 1099. That's true. There's also an entire form on the IRS website listing down, hey, if this, and this happen, guess what? It's a W-2. It doesn't matter if you pay them as a 1099. If you get audited, they're gonna reclassify them as a W-2. Also, and I can't say this is true right now because I don't know, but a couple years ago, even if you were fired or your services were canceled and you were paid as a 1099, you could still get unemployment in certain states if you worked as a W-2 and could provide the evidence of that. Because it doesn't matter what you classified somebody. I mean, if you live together with somebody for 10 years and you're in an intimate relationship with them, I don't care if you have paper or not. That's your life partner. That's your partner, period. You call it whatever the hell you want, paper, whatever. But by the description, that's what it is. And so, yeah, like employees were getting hit with that, with unemployment. And they were like, oh, but they're 1099s. Oh, but look, you were running their schedule. You were providing equipment. You were telling them when things are due. You're running they have to be in at 8 and out by 5. That's an employee.
They had 30 plus hours a week, like yeah. And you kind of went into what we were going to next, which is kind of nice. It's almost like you've done this before. And it's kind of like where businesses get burned most often. And misclassifying workers is a big one because the amount of workman comp audits that are coming down it's huge and it's catching people off guard. So if you have a good accountant, like our clients do, they get told about that and they get advised the right way.
I've done so many workman comp audits that I've had in the last, I don't know, 10 years. I've had multiple times the same auditor, different businesses, the same auditor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and didn't the auditor say, "Hey, I know you from somewhere"?
Yeah, I said, yeah, we did this audit together. And she goes, oh, that's right. You were super easy to work with. You just turned everything over and it was done. I was like, yep.
Yeah. Okay, so what else? I mean, the obvious one is not filing taxes, where businesses get burned. Like,
Yeah.
because they then get hit with all the late fees, the interest.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've got the situations now where we've got people that have filed taxes and they're getting these letters. There will be
Yeah.
those people that we've spoken to, and it's like, okay, when was the last time you actually filed? And
People not
as a,
knowing when the last time they filed taxes, that's a problem.
yeah,
That there's just certain things. And that's, what, I want to say this, that's okay. I'm going to shamelessly plug my Merry Minute. So I'm doing Merry Minutes, 2, 3 minutes tops every day, little pointer. And, take, honestly, listen to it. It just gives you a bit on how to approach your day, but make time for it. If you schedule dinner with your significant other, or if you schedule a doctor appointment and you have to cancel it, you do reschedule it. So if you can't get to something today, make sure to reschedule it. But if you don't know the last time you filed taxes, block out 30 minutes of your day and figure it out. Create an IRS account, log in, and it will show you the last time you filed taxes because it carries all that information. It's going to take you 30 minutes to figure out the account because not many people are computer savvy, and that's okay. All of it's okay, but just start fixing it. It's not okay and leave it that way. It's okay and fix it.
well, and that brings it to my next point is businesses will get burned because at that point they then have to pay for however many years of cleanup, however many years of tax filing. And while I use the phrase they get burned, they're paying what is owed at that point. They're paying for their, I'll say negligence or lack of preparedness
Uh-huh.
because it's not something that we would have scheduled. You've got all of our clients scheduled out through tax time. So if
Uh-huh.
somebody on our door saying, "Hey, I need help with 3 years of taxes," yeah, we can help you. But one, you're gonna have to pay how much it costs to do the cleanup. You're gonna have to pay for the tax filing, and you're also gonna have to wait in line in and
Well,
make.
yeah, that's the like to your one thing is we don't, I mean, yes, are we able to help you? Yes. Do
Hmm.
we have the time and the space for it? I don't know, because we already have clients and we have people waitlisted to be monthly clients. So it's like, I don't know, man. I got to look at what we've got going on. You've got to send me your documentation. That's something. Back to
Be
the point
prepared.
of pull the last time you did taxes. Because if you come to me and go, hey, I don't know when the last time you did taxes are. What am I supposed to do with that?
Well, you're definitely going to need somebody's bank statements.
I mean, you're going to need the last time you. The first thing you're going to need to know is, I gotcha. The
Yeah.
first thing you're going to need to know is the last time you filed taxes, because I can't help you if you don't know. Let's start there. Then you need all of your bank statements, because I guarantee you, you have no accounting software, because you've not been paying for accounting software for the last, say, 3 years, if that's what it is, and not done anything with it. Guaranteed that's not happening. So then you're pulling bank statements. Like, yeah, we can walk you through the process, but you've got to show up too. You got to show up too.
Yeah. Well, and it's more than likely in that situation that they would have been commingling. Because if you
Uh,
don't have,
yeah.
it's likely they would have been using a personal account for business items, and then you've got that risk. There's so
And
many.
then business account for personal items. And honestly, at that point, you've cut the corporate veil. So you've exposed your entire world
Yeah.
open. And if you do get that nasty A word happen to you, then you're either providing everything to them to justify your expenses or you're eating that bill. It's one or the other.
Yeah. And you mentioned it a little bit earlier, is they won't have accounting software. So, and the other side of the lack of structure preparedness is the missing tax deductions.
Hmm.
If, you know, missing bookkeeping, missing deductions, and honestly, suspicious reporting, because they're going to get flagged. If they don't have a good accountant, it's not going to come out right with the big nasty A word that you mentioned.
Right.
So, how do you actually protect yourself? And to me, this is an easy and obvious one. Is we've always been big advocates of using experts around you. And if you are a
Hmm.
first time listener this year, then believe me, that's not 99% of what we preach. But we are always saying get the right people in your circle that you can rely on. So get your accountant, get your attorney, get your insurance, whatever it is. Have those people in place and actually trust and listen to them. They didn't
Yeah.
spend 8 to 10 to 12 years doing degrees and all of the learning to just
I mean, and
have that.
get to know them. I'm pretty routine as a person, which we all know. Um, and even with Amazon, if I'm looking at something on Amazon to buy, and it's something I wouldn't normally buy or something new, I read all the reviews.
Yeah.
I chat GPT it, I Google research it, I look at all those things so that I know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
Um, research, look at what you want. Please don't show up pretending you're a CPA with questions that you have no idea what they mean, but you feel like you should ask them to test me.
Or
Because
chat G.
I'm gonna call you out on it, right? I'm gonna be like, do you even know what this is? And I've done it. I'll explain to you. That's fine. There's no stupid questions. But you know, it's a process and you've got to find the right people. We're not always the right fit for everybody. And there's a lot of people that are not the right fit for us because we're very direct. We don't hold back. It's not personal. I mean, it's very personal and yet it's not personal. It's very personal because I am here. I show up for our clients because my entire job is to protect them financially. That's my job.
Mhm.
And so it's very personal for me. But when I start caring more about your business than you do, that's when it doesn't fit anymore. But
Yeah.
you got to do the work. You don't, if you know that you're in a bad situation, you haven't done taxes, start looking for an accountant. Start looking for an accounting firm. Start looking, it's not just bookkeeping. There's so much more than that. Start looking for that. Do it now. Take that. Maybe that's what you need to do today. Maybe you need to block 30 minutes and look for someone like that. Peacelovebiz.com. Start getting everything done in time. Make the decision. Yep, I know I've missed it for years. I'm going to get this caught up and I'm also going to start doing this on time. You know,
You
Start making those commitments to yourself because you're shortchanging yourself. You're undervaluing yourself. You're saying, I'm not worth being on time. I'm not worth being organized. I'm not worth having my crap together. Yes, you are. I don't know why you don't believe it. That's a you issue. Figure it out. Go to therapy. But you are worth it. You are worth having your crap together. You are worth having everything on time. You are worth being a whole grown up and doing all the things and having all the right people in place supporting you.
and you mentioned something about filing everything on time. File it even if you can't afford it, because you can set up payment plans, you can set up
Mhm.
whatever it is. Getting it in is more important than the late fees and the interest that you would receive if you just put it off. There's no point just burying your head in the sand and thinking it's going to go away, because it's not.
Yeah. It's hard to be honest with yourself at first.
Hmm.
And then it becomes so easy. Do all the hard things. When you have a choice to do something easy or hard, do the hard thing because your life gets easier in the long run. That's just facts. Is it
Yeah.
hard waking up every day at 6:30 and running this till 11:30 at night? Yeah, it's hard. Is it easier for me to do now? Do I have an easier cadence? Yes, I do. I don't worry about anything. I'm not stressed out. And when I go to sleep, I crash. Do the hard thing
Yeah.
and be honest with yourself. Don't tell me you've self-taught yourself bookkeeping and you don't know how to use a calculator. Like, come on now. Like, be honest about it. Be honest with yourself. It's not the dress that makes you look fat. It's the fat that makes you look fat. Be honest about it.
Yeah. Well, and okay, we said it before, anybody can be a bookkeeper. When Mary talked about doing your research on your professionals, find out how many degrees they have, how long they've been doing it. You will have to pay the right amount of money for the right professional.
Mhm.
And good accounting doesn't come cheap. What was it? You can either do cheap, fast, or quality, and you
Pick
can't
two
get
of the
them.
three.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get two of the three.
yeah. So, expect that. We talked a little bit about commingling, and obviously you need separate personal and business accounts if you run a business.
Yeah.
That's kind of an obvious thing. Also, make sure you've got your legal entity structured, get all of that documentation in place.
Mhm.
You can't get a business bank account without an EIN. I could tell you
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Um, if you need help with that, then reach out to us and we can get you straight. Um, and Mary said about the proactivity. For me, keep a cadence. Even if you don't like doing things like the admin on the business, I say that more on the oversight and the big picture stuff. Get a quarterly meeting with yourself and say, okay, do I have all my insurances in place? I had a friend in December. He's like, oh, my general liability lapsed, and now I'm finding it really hard to get insurance because my insurance lapsed. Like, dude, you know,
Yeah. I mean, it's so I'm probably my harshest critic of myself, but I do know people go, God, she is so OCD. I'm super OCD. Last, not November of 25, no, it was no, March of 25, I reached out to someone for business insurance with us.
Mhm.
And he sent him everything. He said, reach out to me when the policy is up. 6 weeks before the policy was up, I kept that in my needs attention follow-up emails because of course I have like 7 different folders that I have everything organized for. And I was like, oh, it's time. And I went to the bottom, found it. It was March of 25, found it, forwarded it to him. I said, hey, here's all the documentation, yada, yada, yada. And he was like, he never expected me to remember him. And he was like, wow. And boom, in place. And we have much better coverage also, by the way. But yeah, like those are things you may not like being that way. Honestly love being OCD, but it drives myself crazy, but it gives me peace, it gives me calmness. But you got to do those things. Like I schedule, put it in your calendar for 6 months from now if it's something 6 months from now. But put it in your calendar, do it.
Yeah. It, I think that being organized, and you've rubbed off on me massively with the OCD and the preparedness. I love it now, like because it gives you clarity, it gives you structure, and then you know what you're doing, you know what you've got to achieve. And if it is that you can't do it right there and then, schedule it out. It's not. It may feel like it's difficult, but once you get over the hump, it's very rewarding.
Because you look back and you go, God, that was chaos how I was functioning. That made no sense. What was I thinking? It's kind of like when you break up with somebody and you're, oh my God, I can't, all the feeling. And then whatever, 3 months pass and you're like, what in the fuck was I thinking? How
Yeah,
did I do that for that long? Same thing. When you lose weight, when you get organized, all the same things. You start doing the hard things, your life gets easier. And you look back and go, wow, what was I thinking?
yeah. So, any other last minute tips? I say last minute. Any other tips for protecting yourself before we move on?
No, just, if you don't know what you're doing, that's okay. I want to say that. That is okay if you don't know what you're doing because I know this. This is what I'm an expert in. I don't try to do anything else. I did figure out how to light my stove. Turn on my stove. I still don't know which burners are which. And yes, I'm really saying that and admitting it. But, that's why I go, no, which one? And Pedro goes, it's this one. It's okay if you don't know everything. Just be honest with yourself that you don't. Be honest and then find the people, the right people. It's okay to go through a couple bad ones to find the right one. It's okay. It's not easy, but it's okay. And just take it with a grain of salt. Okay, it's an experience you learned. Do the document. When you find the right fit, enjoy the right fit.
Yeah,
And that person will help you tell you exactly what you need to do to fix what was happening and get the right cadence going forward. PeaceLoveBiz.com.
it's like Mr. Worldwide is what I keep hearing when you say peacelovebiz.com. But it's right.
It's coming
One
up
thing,
next on my playlist.
so this last couple months has been hard for me because I've had a hard time reaching people. I've had a hard time getting hold of our clients just because I haven't known the way to do it. I came in
Mhm.
18 years ago and they haven't known me the same length of time. They haven't got the same relationship that I do as they do with you. It was hard for me to say, I can't do this. Like, I need help. I need your help, Mary, to get these people with me to get
Mhm.
whatever we need to do for the end of the year. Now, I'm kind of okay with it. I'm like, okay, these are the people I can't reach. Can you give them a nudge? And
Yeah.
just knowing that, it's been like a key's just completely been unlocked in my brain. It's like, go ask for help. Stop trying to be a martyr. Like,
Yeah. It's like, I mean, you can only do what you can do. And then, and I know I've been talking about this nonstop, and I'm not paid for this promotion, but everybody needs to go read the book Let Them by Mel Robbins. For me personally, she didn't say anything that I don't already know. It made it concrete. It made it, okay, yeah, you're not crazy. And it's okay if somebody is not responding. What do you need to do next? For Steven, it was, hey, Mary, I need an assist.
yeah,
In all the games that Michael Jordan played, when they won, the entire team won.
yeah. And game
The
winning shot,
entire Chicago Bulls team won.
game
So,
winning, he passed it to Kerr. Kerr
yeah,
nailed the game winner.
that's who I was thinking of because there's that one quote. It was whatever, however, 85 points or whatever, how many points.
Yeah,
And he was like, hey, we won. They won. The whole
that's the
team
main
won.
thing.
Everybody wins. This is working together. This isn't, oh, well, Steven can't get a hold of him, so he obviously is ineffective. No, he needs an assist because this person isn't responding.
Yeah. And
And
to
sometimes
your
it's, oh,
point,
wait, they never check their email. So text them.
yeah. And since then, we've been tracking how do we reach what person? And that way we know next time, just text them,
Yeah.
email, phone call, whatever it is. I'll send a raven if I have to.
Yeah.
But like,
But get to know get to know yourself. Know
yeah,
yourself first. Figure out who I like chicken. I like to eat chicken every day. That's all I eat. I eat chicken, chicken, cheese, tortilla wraps, occasionally something different. Get to know yourself. Why do something that you don't want to do and you don't like doing and that you're limited to? Why do it? Why put yourself through that? That's insanity.
so I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna see if I can get hold of Mel Robbins so that we can meet and maybe do a podcast episode. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Because I've kind of gone through it briefly just to get the overriding themes, the application, and what that's like. I think that'd be very useful for a lot of people. It's not personal a lot
No,
of
it's
the
not.
time. It's like, it's just the situation of the person. They're just not doing what you want them to do. That's fine.
And
Get,
you can't the biggest thing that you have to let go of is being upset or angry or whatever negative emotion is because the person that you're interacting with is not behaving or being the person that you want them to be. They're them. They are them. You need to accept them for where they're at. But does that mean that you have to do something different? Yeah, you may have to look somewhere else for whatever they're not doing. And that's okay. But you need to figure that out. That's not on them. They don't want to be different. They want to be that person. That's how they want to behave. Accept it because you can't change them. If they want to change, great. If they don't want to change, you got to deal with that. And then figure out for yourself what you're doing.
hmm
That's it.
Yep. I like that. I do like that theme and the concept. So
Oh,
we'll
that's
talk
a,
about the
I'll be
most.
listening to that quarterly. Like, yeah, on my
And
Audible.
and if Al, if you're listening, please reach out. Um,
Amazing.
but yeah, so let's get this puppy wrapped up. So
Absolutely.
in closing, the government isn't slowing down on what they're trying to do. It's going to be
Yeah.
ramping up, and it's going to be painful for a lot of people. So the best thing you can do is be prepared,
Mhm.
get your stuff lined up, get with the right professionals, and try and protect yourself as best as possible. When you're in an MMA fight, the first thing the ref says is protect yourselves at all times. You're basically going into an MMA fight with the IRS.
Yeah. Yeah.
So be proactive, gives you that peace and clarity, and don't wait for that letter to come through the door. Um, if you guys want help getting prepared, go to peacelovbiz.com, schedule the consultation. We'll figure out what we can do to help you if we can help you.
Mm-hmm.
However that works out. And honestly, I'm hoping everybody has an amazing 2026. There's so much good that's going to come from this year, despite a lot of the bad. Uh,
We're going to have an amazing 20. We have already had an amazing 2026 and
yeah,
we have 7 days closed in 2026. Every day is a lot of work, a ton of it. And I'm loving every second of it. We are launching so much stuff. We have so many things coming out and it's all to help our clients. It's not, we're making all this money. I mean, yeah, I like money, but it's helping our clients because we're all about our clients growing. That's what
yeah.
we're about.
And that brings me nicely into my next topic, which is we are going to be launching Peace Love Connections, which is going to be
Yep.
helping our clients connect with people in a similar industry, which could offer relationship guidance. It could be a referral partnership network.
It
Essentially,
could
it's
be
going to be.
just support. It could be, oh my
Mhm.
God, like nobody understands really my job. I mean, you do. You're probably the closest person that understands what I go through on the detail side of it. And so I vent to you, but you have somebody to go, can you believe this crap? We all do it. It's okay. You know, can you
Yeah,
believe this shit happened? Oh my God. But maybe you find a new best friend, something. but it helps you. And this 26, if you have a shit year in 2026, despite natural things out of your control, dude, you didn't want to show up.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it fucking great. Just make
Yeah.
it great.
That's the main thing, is go level up yourself. Like, it's
That's
not
it.
about starting again. It's about improvement and growth
Yep.
and being happy with yourself and being at peace. Like,
Yeah.
so
Eat some wedding cake.
yeah, find some wedding cake.
Find some wedding cakes. There you go.
Yeah. So okay.
I want to say thank you to all of our people that listen. Thank you to all our monthly client partnerships that we have, all of our business partnerships we have. We pivoted a lot. We continue to pivot. That's all Steve and I do is pivot. We love it. We ended 2025 on a good note, and we walked into 26 charging and never been happier. So thank you, everybody out there, even the people that aren't with us anymore. Thank you as well. You helped
Yep.
us grow.
100%. I don't think I could sign that off any better. I think we just got to wrap it up there because you killed it. So, alrighty, guys, stay tuned for the next episodes coming up. If you guys have themes that you want us to talk about and touch on, send us a message. And
Excellent.
until next time, have a peaceful week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.